Hello, friends. Let's get this started. So, we don't really have anything particular to do today other than accomplish more of our side quests so that we can get everything we need to out of the way before we head to Ferris and Navaria. Hello! It's good to see you guys. So, I'll give people a hot second to get in before we start talking to everybody. So nobody misses anything important. Even though I'm not quite sure what Ashley would have to say that would be that important. Which I don't know whether or not that's a terrible thing to say. She's just been really gruff and a wee bit spacist. I'm really excited for our new emotes so we can start spamming the Morrigan face when people are being spacist. Man, it feels like it's been a long time, but it's really just been yesterday since we did this. Hello! Alright, let's go ahead and get this started. Also, I'm super excited to be able to wear, like, this, my favorite color, because I can't do it on a green screen. It's so nice.
Commander?
Now, should we do the can we talk? Because it's not a romance option, because we can't romance her.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was just watching some mail from home.
Oh, before I go, we saw Caden in a news vid about the Normandy. He's cute.
Wow.
Later, sis.
Let's pretend this never happened.
It's okay, you can have him.
Are you interested in the lieutenant, Chief?
Fraternization is against regulations, ma'am. Don't ask, don't tell. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
That is very kind of her.
Did your father serve with the fleet?
Yeah, took any crap posting he could get that offered space time. You know what? He worked his ass off trying to get recognized, but he never made it above serviceman 3rd class. He was real proud when I met Chief. First thing he did was salute.
Oh, that's very sweet. Well, a lot of times parents get upsetty in their spaghetti if you outshine them as a child, especially as a child. And so that's very wholesome that her dad was proud of her.
What about your mother? You haven't mentioned her.
You must know what military wives are like. Strong because they have to be, able to raise kids while Dad's away on a 6-month cruise. She has a degree in planetary geology. She and Dad both wanted to see new worlds. She gave up her career to raise us, though.
Ugh, hate to see it.
You have more than one sister? Sounds like a big family.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, then Abby, then Lynn. Sarah's the youngest. She's still in high school. With 4 girls, Dad used to say he felt more outnumbered at home than on maneuvers.
Where did you grow up?
All over. We transferred a half a dozen times before I finished grade school. You go where personnel command sends you, right? I guess that's why I'm so tight with my sisters. We'd have to leave all our friends every 2 or 3 years.
That has to be nice in a way. Hello, Paige. I feel like you'd have more solidarity with your siblings, but at the same time, being forced to be friends with your siblings is kind of like, ooh, that really narrows your friend pool, and if they're not nice people, you're kind of stuck.
After helping raise them, your sisters still talk to you? Amazing.
Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like a story. Feel like sharing?
Sarah got herself a boyfriend who wanted to go faster than she did, Mike. I didn't think he was a bad kid, just pushy. Lynn would send me these worried vid mails, and I'd tell her to relax.
Yeah, what are vid mails?
Where were you when this was going on?
I was on active duty. Sarah's graduating high school this year. This was only a couple of years back. They were on Amaterasu. At the time, I was assigned to Chernobog. Same cluster, but a dozen LY away. Close enough to talk regularly, too far to make it back in an emergency. I couldn't afford a fast packet flight.
Was it sad? I figured, given the nomenclature, but still appreciated the explanation, right? Also, it's sad because the first thing that Amaterasu reminds me of is Naruto. Wow, these options.
If he really liked her, he wouldn't be pushy.
Yeah, of course. If he didn't ask at all, I'd wonder if he thought Sarah was ugly. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Mike thought they'd go for a romantic walk in the woods, because he figured it was past time they did the deed. She levered Mike face first into a tree and left. Didn't have a scratch on her. Good thing Mom and Dad had us all learn some kind of self-defense. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah to school for a few days.
Wow.
Why didn't you tell the police?
She said it wouldn't solve the real problem, and she and Mike would both become household names. It was a small colony. I said it was her call to make, that we should let her do it her way. Mom was pretty pissed about that.
I mean, it is kind of difficult, especially as a woman reporting allegations like that. As real life has shown us, society is oftentimes not prepared to simply believe women, even though history and statistics and most women will tell you otherwise. But yeah, this is kind of, we've been talking about how this is like, oof, ugh. And I thought that 2007 was a little better, but I guess not.
You said all of your sisters learned self-defense?
Lynn did pistol practice, but didn't like it. She's kind of nervous. Sarah took Aikido. Abby decided to learn the sword. She always was a little weird. Likes big skirts and tops you have to tie her into. They do great things to her figure, though.
Why call it weird? It's just cool.
So, what did you learn?
One of Dad's friends taught me Marine hand to hand.
I don't know if this is the same self-defense option that we got. I'm gonna try
You
it.
said all of your sisters learned self-defense?
Lynn did pistol practice,
yeah, it
but
is.
didn't like
Yeah.
it. She's kind of
And
nervous.
I assume so.
Sarah took Aikido.
Yeah,
Abby
I wish
decided
we
to learn
did
the
get
sword.
Abby.
She always was a little weird. Likes big skirts and tops you
Don't
have to tie
shame
her
people
into.
for the things they like if
They
they're
do
not
great things
hurting
to a
anyone,
figure, though.
Ashley. Yikes. And I do like that they start somewhere below average so you can watch them grow and mature and be better people.
Did anything happen while you were home?
My last day out, Mike was waiting for us. Sarah had told her friends, so everyone at school knew what he did. He wasn't happy. I wanted to snap him in half, but Sarah gave me this look, this let me handle it, I need to do this alone look. She kept her cool, God bless her, as he screamed in her face. She just let him vent. Then he tried to punch her. I swear, she just flowed around him. Next thing I knew, he's face down on the sidewalk, and there's blood everywhere.
Oh. Dudes can be such entitled fuckfaces. Y'all.
That's unbelievable. Sarah must be as good as you.
Better. I'm more or less a straight-up puncher. When he swung, she wasn't there anymore, and he
Right?
fell.
Seriously.
She helped him stop the bleeding and had me call an ambulance. She told the paramedics he fell. Before they took him to the hospital, Mike touched Sarah's arm. I thought he was gonna end up on the ground again. But he hung his head, whispered, "I'm sorry," and started crying. And she hugged him. The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander.
Wow.
We do things when we're ready. Not before, not after.
That's a lot to process. What an interesting reaction. I guess that speaks a lot to emotional immaturity on Mike's part and a lot of patriarchal normalization that that had been ingrained, and he just like decided to parrot. I guess some people don't get the opportunity to be more than their surroundings. I'm not sure. Right, it's not okay, and maybe that was nobody can tell her as the victim how to handle that, right? I don't think it makes it okay for it doesn't make it okay for me. Like, if I'm interpreting the situation correctly, he took her out there to attempt to rape her. Crying and saying you're sorry is not going to make that okay, ever, by any stretch of the imagination. But the victim in that situation gets to decide how and if she wants to handle it, right? Y'all, we haven't been here for more than like 15 minutes and it's already deep.
Your sister's something else. But you didn't mention your father at all. Was he on deployment?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there.
I mean, why not though?
I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I've enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
I'm getting the impression that he just wasn't there because he wanted to go explore space. Oh, sorry, hold on, let me catch up with that. Yeah, I definitely think that there was some emotional immaturity. And I hope he left her alone after that. Like, the poetry's pretty and stuff, but like, the situation with her parents sounds really oof. Oh, look at that sweet corgi boy. Thank you so much. It's disconcerting to me that her parents, according to Ashley, went into this arrangement both wanting to... Aww. Thank you, Kamul the Easterling, for the follow. They wanted to go into this arrangement to explore the galaxies, right? I mean, she got a degree in planetary geology, and then he's like, stay home with the kids because you can't raise a family in space. But by the way, I'm not coming back. Bye. It's so unfair. That's really, really unfair and selfish. It's like they went in there with a mutual understanding that they would do that, and then he pieces out on her and continues to do that. She's forced to give up her dream, and he doesn't, which negatively affects her additionally. Can you imagine? I can't imagine raising one child with both parents, much less raising one child as a single parent, and God forbid as a single parent. Fuck that shit. Her dad's selfish. Shitty.
I never thought I'd hear you reciting poetry.
Just because I can drill you between the eyes at 100 meters doesn't mean I can't like sensitive stuff.
Why is poetry
Just
have to be
don't spread it
sensitive?
Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
But, and why would you not want to tell people? That's a really cool thing. Right? Exactly. Oh, Paige, thank you. That's very kind. Yeah. It's just, it kind of boggles my mind. The whole family dynamic. Aw, I appreciate it. But I'd love that we've got this dimension of Ashley loving poetry. I wish she wasn't ashamed of it. That's a sad thing. And shame on the person who told her that it wasn't cool or whatever to like poetry. Too sensitive.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though.
I feel like this is going to be the most polite option. Yeah, no. Now that we have more culpability and like, I do like Lord of the Rings. It's not my biggest fandom, but it's got elves. Yeah, this is kind of like hella patriarchal. Ugh.
You mean from wherever we go after death?
Dead on, Skipper. He's with God now.
Oh no.
That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
Keep it to yourself. That's so rude. I have a problem with Tolkien. So Tolkien was very adamantly religious, and in order to buy his way into heaven, towards the end of his life, he started making the elves specifically less and less sexual characters, to where they were basically like asexual and prude, for the purpose of equating sexuality with evil and trying to show his deity that he was a good person and wholesome and wonderful, and that he was changing his terrible ways of, elves being anywhere near normal to buy his way into heaven. And I have a huge issue with that. So I don't like Tolkien. I like elves. I think the world that he created is very interesting, but I think that he as a person and an author is very problematic. It's like TLDR slut shaming, and it's not chill. He's just kind of like a creepy old dude. Creepy old religious dude. So, yeah. That's where that comes in. Otherwise, like, I read the books. I think they're fascinating. I read them at a young age, was super into it. Loved the movies that came out when I was younger. Yeah, but that's like old information for me. I'm repeating what I learned a long time ago. So definitely, like, if you're interested in it, go and like look it up for yourself and whatnot. It's weird shit. He did a lot of weird shit. Yeah, I don't even really get into C.S. Lewis at all. I just really haven't read much of his work. It's just not my personal cup of tea. Right? Yeah, and that seems to be a lot of the things that people have to do these days to be able to consume media. Now, clearly everyone has lines. Like, I'm not gonna like, what is the word? Cancel Tolkien because of it. That's just not something that I feel like is cancel worthy. Like, if he was like a rapist and had genocidal views that he espoused and was like anti-Semitic, then I probably wouldn't consume his work at all. Period. Done. End of the day. But like I still consume Harry Potter media, even though J.K. Rowling is transphobic. That one's a hard pill to swallow. She just needs to stop talking, please. The world is begging you to stop talking. Okay. Alright. We will continue on with this.
Your beliefs are your business. I'm your commanding officer, not your moral compass.
I appreciate that, Skipper. I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
I like how she calls us Skipper. Yeah, I know Tolkien gets some flack from the RPG community about orcs being inherently racist. And there's more to that than I'm aware of. I know there's a lot more underlying foundation for that viewpoint. That I'm just repeating what I've heard at this point. Oh, they are making a Harry Potter RPG? Dang. Oh, were we talking about J.K. Rowling or are we talking about Ashley? Racist conversation. I think we've already gotten upset with Ashley once for being racist. She was talking about, are you sure it's a good idea to put aliens on the ship because they might fuck with stuff? And we're like, absolutely fucking not, ma'am. We're not going to be spacist here. Yeah, we did that one a little bit ago. Dang. It's sad because I'm like, yeah, same. That was one of my renegade ones. It's like, man, you stop. It's not acceptable. Like, I think we actually cut the conversation with her short because I was like, absolutely not. And then she's like, oh yeah, sorry. And like that we were supposed to be more chat options, but she didn't want to talk anymore. All right. I don't know if this is going to be new or not.
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family,
Yeah,
right?
she is a bit yikes. Yeah. So it's good to get a beat on them now and to do a lot of cringing, because honestly, the only person I haven't cringed at is Liara. Because Tally's a little genocidal. Garrus is a rogue cop who romanticizes murder. And then Ashley's a bigot. Well, Kaiden's not much of an issue. He's just the result of poor writing. It's like, oh, you're nice to me? You're nice to me? Are you flirting? And it's like, no. I can be nice and not be flirtatious. And Rex was just kind of a hard ass, which is just his character. It's not a bad thing. Yeah, I was worried about Garrus. You gotta have the vanilla guy, right? We've got Cullen in Inquisition, and now you've got Kaiden here, right? You gotta have your, like, boring normal guy. All the Cullen fangirls are screaming at me right now. Oh, man. Okay, we'll keep going.
I think she's being straight with us. Or at least I don't think she lies very often.
Yeah, she's probably really bad at it. Hey, want me to ask her about her sex life? Might be illuminating.
Wow, that wouldn't be appropriate.
Is that the best way to spend your time, Chief?
I read you, Commander. I'll behave. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
I like Blackwall because there's so many layers to Blackwall. Especially as I'm playing it through a second time, I get to see more, and I really like him. He's like a sweet, warm, fuzzy, like, ultra supportive dad guy. Like, they do such a good job with him, and I just didn't really pay him attention the first time through because he doesn't stand out much. He's not super noticeable. He never draws attention to himself. He's just kind of like down home and wholesome, which are all great things at the end of the day. Exactly. We've got too many people thirsting after noodle hair. The Cullen fangirl screaming intensifies. Jenny, thank you for the follow. Yeah. Vivian is mean. I've never tried to romance Blackwall. Yeah, exactly. So I've got Dorian for my gay bestie. Blackwall is always dad figure. Solus's boyfriend. And then, like, I love Cassandra too. And then Iron Bull. So they're like the auxiliary friend circle. And I love Cole. Cole's like baby brother. Yeah, I can't bring myself to romance anyone else but Solus because I am obsessed and I have a problem. Oh my god, I'm so excited for when we get more into the romance. I do love Dorian. How can we not see more of him when we're going to Winter in DA4? I literally, like, spend as little time with Sarah as humanly possible. Like, she is a very interesting, well-written character, but she is not my cup of tea. She grates on my sanity. And that's fine. Like, we don't all have to like the same characters, right? Like, I know Solus gets a ton of hate, but I also feel like people write Solus off really quickly. I know, like, when you don't romance Solus, you lose out on so much of the lore in the game. It's insane. And a lot of people get angry at that because they're like, well, I shouldn't have to romance this person to get all the story. I'm like, but I think it's kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool that you can miss out on so much of the information if you just don't happen to be in the right place at the right time and be the right person, right? I think it's very nifty. Very true to life, right? Exactly. I don't get along with Sarah and Vivian. And Vivian makes me super sad because she's the trope of character that I really, really enjoy. The very suave, silver-tongued, graceful and refined, noble person. I love that shit. But I like to use that charisma for good and she uses her charisma for selfish purposes. And I just, ugh, I'm not here for it.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am.
All right. Right. Exactly. And how are you to know when you pick up Inquisition? Like, you don't automatically know who you might need to spend more time on. Okay, so we need to do Tally. Yeah, Josie is also the stereotypical, like, option for straight dudes, I feel like. And don't get me wrong, I love Josie. I would be the Josie of the Inquisition if, like, me as a real person were in that setting. Like, that's just where my skill set would translate over. So I'm not shading her in the least. I think that she's, like, fascinating and very talented and charming, but also very vanilla to me. Alright, let's talk to Tally. Yeah, Bull is just a fucking treat. He's too much for me, but I love having him around.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Oh good, she is happier.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Steren's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
I also, the lore behind the Quarians is just so nifty.
We've still got a long way to go. You'll find something to take back.
Yes, but it cannot just be some derelict ship my people can use for salvage. It has to be more than that. There's a lot expected of me.
I wonder why there's more sort of her in person. That's amazing. And she does such an amazing accent. Allegra? Okay, good. I'm glad that we're not having any issues today with the internet.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
Dang.
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself. Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen, but it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
You must get all kinds of special privileges.
I probably had it easier than most growing up, but it's not all good. People like my father have enemies, and they're not above using me to get to him.
Yeah, that's a very common issue there. Poor thing.
That must be tough on you.
My people
I
place a
do
high
like the
value on
Quarian lore.
family
I
and
do
ancestry.
like it.
There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage. Something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
Out of all the lore sets, I think the Quarians is the coolest so far. And they honestly spend a lot more time fleshing it out, I feel like, personally. We get a lot of info on the Asari as a race, but not so much on their... Well, I guess they don't have a home planet. Or at least not one that I know about. And it's more on, like, the way they work as a species instead of their culture, necessarily. Maybe the Quarians just have a more intricate set of culture. Yeah, I think they're awesome. I think it's super cool. A little sad about the genocide, but... Exactly, that's the TLDR. She has to get an extra great gift because it's expected of her, because of who her dad is.
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian's ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Seren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
So, Do Geth reproduce? I know that they're synthetics. But I don't know if there's any way for them to create more. So they just like made them all and they just exist indefinitely? Okay. Then I won't pressure it.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own, independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission,
Hello,
Shepard.
Carmen.
First,
Hello,
we stop Saren.
Travis.
Then I'll worry about my own problems.
Alright. Yeah, I know we didn't have the one about her father before.
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the
Absolutely.
board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict, a military man through and through. He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard. But now, I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to earn it.
Yeah, we haven't heard anything about her mother. Oh, thank you so much. It was a lot of fun. One of the more chill cosplays that I can wear, at least. The freckles take forever, but I appreciate that.
Where was your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to
Hello,
people.
newbie.
She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that
Oh,
swept through the
no.
fleet. Happens sometimes when the filters start to break down. I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with the grief.
Poor thing. How far along am I? We picked up Liara. We're running around to a bunch of the side planets right now. We did the Cerberus quest with Kohaku. We've done... We're trying to get a lot of the side quests cleared before we head off to Ferris and Novaria. I know, right? Hey, let's not do spoilers though, okay? Let's not. I appreciate it. This is my very first time playing. I don't know anything about the universe or the world. Like, this is hella blind. So, I want to be able to experience it as we go. So let's try to be good about that, guys, please. And if you could be better about that, Merlin, I would appreciate it. Alright, so we've got one more chat option for her.
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with. And he wasn't around all that much. Too busy. People counted on him, and he took his duties seriously. Even when he was around, he always seemed a bit distant. Like his mind was always somewhere else. Come to think of it, I can't ever remember seeing him smile. Not once.
Wow.
It's like he was always weighed down by all that responsibility. I mean, I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it, not in the usual way. I guess the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect him.
That had to be a lonely upbringing. Thresher Maws. Yeah, that first one was a doozy. He wasn't as hard as everybody made him out to be, though. And I am admittedly playing on the easiest setting, so I was relieved that I wasn't, like, dying over and over and over again. I am planning on playing Cyberpunk 2077. We've got the RPG and the, like, what is it, Kickstarter set, I think is what it's called, and we're gonna play that pretty soon. I might consider recording that. maybe let me talk to my friends and see if that's something that we want to do. And you get to see behind Tally's mask in the third one if you romance her, apparently. Oh, Jumpstart Kit. Might be. Did I say Kickstarter? Kickstart, whatever. Alright. Is
I wanna
that
talk
all
about something
we
else.
got?
Like what?
I think that was it. Yeah, because we've already had the other
I should
conversations.
go.
See you later.
Alright, we've got so much Codex stuff, I'm honestly afraid of looking at it. Like, I'm gonna spend the next, like, hour reading. And I feel bad doing that. Alright, so... Oh, yeah! Can we do the character quests? Threshy boy, I love it. So these are just gathering things. Okay, so this is one of our side quests. Do character quests? Okay, we can do character quests. I'm fine with that. Those are really, really fun. Let me see what else we've got. So we have 3 quests. 4 quests. Okay. Oh, fuck. Baldur's Gate. I'm so excited. Like, there was news that Kingdoms... Amalur... Oh my god. The Amalur series is coming out. Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. Fuck. Brain, please. It's getting remastered. Divinity 2 just got a remaster not too terribly long ago, which I also want to play for here. Fucking Baldur's Gate's coming out. Cyberpunk 2077. World of Warcraft Shadowlands is coming out. Amalur Re-Reckoning. That's fucking amazing. I'm psyched. Good games. Okay. The fan, yeah. He's just excitable. I try to always be nice to him. Well, what are we gonna do for Garrus? I like Garrus. Herschel system in the Kepler Verge. Herschel system, Kepler Verge. We gotta go up with the elevator. Herschel system, Kepler Verge. May I please touch that? Thank you very much. Yes, Githyanki. My weird space elves. Yeah, because how can you have anything having to do with Illithid and not involve the Githyanki? God, that intro cinematic for Baldur's Gate? That was a fucking ride. Yeah, I'm supposed to go this way. I'm learning the layout slowly but surely. Okay, sweet. Now, we tried to go talk to Joker, but he didn't have anything else to say, so we should be good to go. Oh, yes, go do it. Go do it. The cinematic, though. Like, it's a handful of minutes long, but it's fucking worth it. Also, if you're squeamish, fair warning. I have not played Pillars of Eternity, so I cannot make that comparison. I've heard good things about Pillars of Eternity, and I haven't played the original Divinity Original Sin because I didn't like the way that it played on the console. Maybe I should just play it on the computer. But I got into 2, because Merlin played Divinity, the first one, and then was like, "Oh, let's do 2," and I had another friend at the time who was like, "You need to do 2, you will love 2, you will love it." And so I did it, and I did love it. Yeah, don't forget to watch that. That shit's good. Oh, Fire Emblem. I feel like I'm going to get sucked down that rabbit hole if I play it, because I have a ton of friends who cosplay from that. What doors? What path? Yo no comprende.
Transmission coming in, Commander.
Oh no.
I think you're gonna want to hear this one.
Uh-oh.
Greetings, Commander Shepard.
I represent a party interested in obtaining information on Cerberus activities.
What do you want, bruh?
Who are you, and who do you represent?
Who I am is inconsequential.
No, it's not.
Suffice to say, I am an agent for the Shadow Broker. You see, Admiral Kahoku contacted my employer looking for information on the location of any Cerberus facilities.
Oh.
We provided that information on the promise that he would turn over copies of all files gathered from the Cerberus systems to us.
Did you have anything to do with Admiral Kahoku ending up dead?
We had no reason to harm him. He was going to provide us with information about Cerberus. Information that is now in your possession.
Yeah, Divinity 2 is one of my favorite games. So if you like intricate dialogue, narrative, unique dialogue, well fleshed out characters, the combat's phenomenal. Oh no. I need to get that for the Switch, because I've just been piddling along in Animal Crossing, just doing my chores, and I kind of hate it, but it's like the only thing I can play while I'm in the bathtub. So I just sit there and talk to all of my villagers and give them gifts. So I might have to get it. And then of course I'm going to be cosplaying exclusively from Fire Emblem. Alright.
You must have some connection to Cerberus. How else could you tell Kahoku where to
Good
find them?
observation.
Information is our business, Commander. Through our contacts, we were able to determine that the Cerberus group was active in the Voyager cluster. Unfortunately, that was all we were able to find out. That is why we are so interested in acquiring copies of the files from you.
How is that treason, giving them the files? Oh, hello, Beer. I'm gonna call you Beer. Golden Deer. Okay. When I understand what that means, I'll let you know what I picked. This is probably going to be our Paragon option, but why would we not give him these files? Yeah, no. Do whatever you need to do. Architect. Everybody has to have nicknames, so I don't have to say your whole name all the time. Have a good rest of your night. Thanks for stopping by and for chatting and geeking out over all these awesome games that are coming out. I'm fucking excited. So, what reason would we have not to give him this information? That's what I'm torn over. Because I feel like if we go with the Paragon option, we're not going to complete the quest. Oh. Oh, so we would be divulging information, like military information to him. I mean, it's not military movements or military secrets because they're a rogue group, right? They're black. Wait, are they a branch of the Alliance? Weren't they just like special ops, black ops, but still Alliance? Yeah, the lack of voice acting sometimes gets me. Sometimes I have that problem in Final Fantasy. Okay, it's separate from the Alliance. Okay, so they went rogue. I feel like if we don't play nice with the Shadow Broker, he's gonna make our life difficult later. But we might also get slammed for giving that information to the Shadow Broker by the Council at somebody at a later date. Like, this is hard. If I change my mind, can I call them up later? Or is this like a done deal? Exactly. If they're going to use the facilities, they might go use information and continue all that horrific research. Probably a bad idea. Okay, so let's not do that. Thank you. That's the information that I needed to help me make a decision. Okay, yeah. I don't want them to be able to hurt any more people.
These are classified Alliance files. I'm not handing them over to you.
Be reasonable, Commander. Cerberus was operating outside Alliance jurisdiction. You don't owe them any loyalty. The Alliance is just going to file this information away in some archive. No secret stays hidden forever. Eventually, someone somewhere will deliver it into our hands.
Is that a threat?
Might as well be you. Transmit the files to us and you will be well compensated.
Yeah, why do you want the files, bruh?
What are you gonna do with this information?
Information is a commodity. It can be bought, sold, or traded. Why my employer desires this information is not my concern. I am only the buyer.
Yeah, no deal.
My loyalty is to the Alliance, not the Shadow Broker.
That is unfortunate, Commander. My employer will remember this the next time you need something from us.
I figured that would be the case, but we could also like be in a very bad way if we did give that to him. Oh, thank you. Oh, nice. That's amazing. I love how many people, like, I hear that at least once a stream, and I love that so much that you guys enjoy this, and so you want to delve back into the nostalgia. That's great. I'm so happy to be that for y'all. All right, we need... Shit, it was so far back there. It was not the Voyager cluster. It was... Kepler. I know it when I see it. Herschel. Yes. Thank you. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but I can recognize them when I see them, right? Because the words just bump around in your head. Right. And that's fine. Like, I figured we'd lose some reputation, at least some maneuvering capital to the Shadow Broker in that deal. Right, I understood. But the consequences are too dire to give him classified information. Absolutely not. Can't do it. Oh, nice. I hear a lot of good things about Mass Effect 2. Like, a lot of people, like, that's their favorite in the series. Ugh, it is too hot inside. Fuck. Okay, let's look at our asteroid turf. I know I saw blinking around over... Yeah, there we go. Alright. Yeah, give me that asteroid bits. Cool. Oh no, are you for real? God, I hope it was in the morning. Paige, that's scary. It gets fucking hot. Cloaca. Now, did we know which one? Oh. MSV Fiddle? What is this? What? Is this what we want? Oh, yeah. I try to be good. It's like when I land, I save. After I clear a facility, I save. I'm trying to be good about it. Oh, no. Ugh. I hope... I mean, clearly you survived, but that's just like... Ugh. 80 degrees inside? Oh, that's unbearable. Okay. I don't know if this is what we need or not, but it's here and cool, and I want to... Yeah, the Dr. Hart one, the Salaron? Okay. Gotta have Garrus. Let's take Rex. So we can fuck some shit up. He's always really handy in fights, and I feel like we're in for a fight. Alright. Gotta save. Oh, I bet Sweden is so beautiful, though. I'll trade. Yeah, that always, like, blows my mind. I always forget that Europe doesn't have ACs consistently like you do in most of the US. Because, like, I'm in Texas, and oh my god, if you don't have an air conditioning, like, I'm not exaggerating, you might just die. People die from heat stroke in the summer. Not infrequently. It's really sad. We only have, yep, we've got all of these directions and only one way to go. Alright. Yeah, I see this. Alright. Is this like a little maze? What are you? That did a test subject. Do I want to kill you or are you going to be mean to me?
Looks like Salion's doing more than cloning organs.
You gonna shoot at me? Oh no, no thanks, don't want any. Oh, don't want any, don't want any, don't want any. Okay, I'm gonna run over here where there's not exploding bits. Now, I did upgrade my gear last time. Where is the last one? He should be, yeah. Oh, I hated
All
that.
clear.
Hated it. What? From frostbite in Mississippi? Dang. I mean, I guess if you just go stand outside all night, that's a very real thing. Alright. These poor things. Okay, we're gonna scout around for some loot. I think there's might be some over here. Yeah. I can only imagine. Okay, so these are all just bombs we could have blown up that I didn't see. Oh, well, rip. Dead end. This is weird. Oh, wait. Should we talk to Garrus? I don't know if you guys can hear me spamming that key, but it is not registering anything. Should I save again? I don't see anything. More doors. We can't. Why are you beeping red things? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Yeah. Better safe than sorry. Alright. There's nobody in here. Garrus? He doesn't say anything. So they're... I can't get into these rooms though, I thought. Yeah, there's no means by which to get in. Ah! Is this one open now? I don't think it was the...
Thank you. Thank you for saving me from those things.
Commander, that's him. That's Dr. Salion.
What? My name is Hart. Dr. Hart. Please, get me out of here.
I'm gonna give this to Garrus.
Are you sure it's him?
Positive. There's no escape this time, Doctor. I'd harvest your organs first, but we don't have the time.
You're crazy. He's crazy. Please, don't let him do this to me.
Finish him. Wait, is he meaning to kill him? We need to take him in. It's not our place to decide whether or not he lives or dies. Oh no! Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Broseph. That sounds awful. Yeah, that's why I was making sure before I chose something, because I don't need Garrus to like fairy tale this situation any more than he already has. Like, boy, you best calm down. Alrighty.
We'll take him in, drop him off with the military.
But we have him. We can't let him get away.
He's not getting
again.
away.
If he dies, we'll never know what he's been up to, or how he did it. We'll take him in, interrogate him, and he'll serve his time.
Okay. You're right.
Thank you.
You're a very lucky Salarian. You owe the commander your life.
Oh, thank you so very much.
Oh wait, what? Oh wait, what?
And so he dies anyway. What was the point of that?
Wait, what happens if I didn't shoot him? That was all reflex and now I feel bad. Can we just walk up and catch him? I'm kind of tempted to go to our last save. Okay, so he did. Like, we didn't have a choice but to shoot him? Okay. Okay. So, unfortunately... Okay. I was just like, fuck. Rip. Aw, beer. Thank you very much for the sub. That's very sweet of you. Okay. Thank you for looking that up, Merlin. Fuck.
You can't predict how people will act, Garrus, but you can control how you'll respond. In the end, that's what really matters.
Yeah. I don't think I ever met anyone like you, Commander. Well, I guess we're done here.
Salion's medical equipment is stained with the blood of many species, pale blue, violet, orange, and more than a few dark red. But his work has ended here. Time to head back to Normandy. Exactly. And I feel like, I hope, most people would be open-minded enough to change their opinion on presented evidence, factual support. But